Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk to you about Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 2, 6 Hours. Wow. I cannot believe how good this episode was. I was very shocked. It's so good, it should have been Season 7 premiere. But I get why they didn't, because they had to establish Strand as like the bad guy because of what happened at the end, towards the end of this episode. But my God, this was a good episode, and this is Fear the Walking Dead you're talking about. Like, if you ever listen to any of my videos about Fear the Walking Dead, you know I am not a fan. There's like it's been like one real episode that I was like my extreme favorite. It was the premiere of season 3. Now, there are other episodes in between that I kind of do like. I just don't really talk about them. Like last season, the Alicia solo episode when she was with Teddy, and then she met some people from the baseball field. They took her hostage and stuff. I like that episode, but like whatever. But for the most part, I've never ever liked Fear the Walking Dead. I don't think it's as good as The Walking Dead. But my God, this was like the Walking Dead level type of good. And it was a Morgan episode. Morgan hasn't been cool since he went on Fear the Walking Dead. Morgan used to be one of my all-time favorite characters. When he was on The Walking Dead, the man was just awesome. Whether he was a good guy, a crazy guy, an intense guy looking for revenge, no matter what, he was just cool. Then he went to Fear the Walking Dead, and the man just literally just sat on the toilet. And like, he hasn't been cool since. Like, he's been very annoying, especially last season when he tried to stop the nuclear missiles while they were in the air. So he's like, I can stop this, I can stop this. He just starts tapping on the consoles and the submarine. I'm like, dude, you don't know nothing about submarine tech. Like, what are you doing? But the writers are dumb. But yeah, this was this was a good episode. This was a good episode. Cause I've been like behind and watching all my stuff because of the whole October Halloween stuff. But like, yeah, man, this was like good and stuff. Like, I can't wait to watch the third episode. I need to hurry and watch the third episode. I need to see what's happening. So basically, what happens in this episode is we get to see Morgan and Grace's like point of view of what happened after the blast. Of course, they have that baby that they're taking care of. And I was so right. Grace, not only does she not want to live, she does not want that baby. Man, all that constant crying got on my nerves. Like, when I first started watching the episode, I turned it off because I got tired of all that crying. This is why I don't have kids. I don't want to hear that mess. And so, like, but it was important to hear that noise to show just like, what Grace is going through. Like, because when the nukes hit and everything, like, Grace had just like given up. There was no way to stop them. They didn't know where all their friends were. She had miscarriage. Morgan has pretty much doomed everybody and stuff. And she was just ready to take her own life with Morgan with a single shot. And then, of course, they heard the baby because the doll brought the baby. And then Morgan's all like, it's a second chance at having a kid. And the look Grace gave him on the finale of season 6 just said it all. She was not happy. So basically, she's out and about in her hazmat type makeshift suit, and she's going in the nuclear fog and everything, and she's looking for food because they're running out and they need baby formula. And so she can't find nothing until she finally does. She's in like a kind of like a little convenience store type thing, and she finally finds food. Only problem is there are some people in there, and so she hides, and they take all of the supplies that she just not found. Enraged, she goes like outside, and she's just screaming at the world. Like, well, not she's not at the world. She's screaming at the people who stole the stuff, talking about like, I'm right here, like, just take me and everything, because she's ready to die. She don't care. Like, she just wants some people to kill her and stuff. Which, if that was true, why didn't she show herself when they looted the place and stuff? So part of her still wants to live. So anyway, She goes back to like Morgan, and Morgan's all like, we're not staying here, and I'm gonna get us out of here. I've been working on something. She's all like, what the world are you talking about? She's all like, it's safer to stay in the sub. Like, there's nothing out there for us and everything, and we can't go too far because then if we're outside for too long, then we'll start to get like radiation burn and stuff. I have to. I still say this. Like I said that time I reviewed the first episode of season 7, having the writers nuke the city was the dumbest thing ever, because it's kind of like, yeah, that is a safe haven outside the skirts of where they got nuked, but the people who are in the area that's nuked, they're pretty much trapped until somebody can like rescue them and stuff. And it was just like a really dumb thing to do. And of course, everybody in the group is gonna make it out of the what I like to call the negative zone. But it's kind of like that's not realistic. Like somebody from the main cast is gonna have to die soon, Like because there's just no way this like everybody can survive a nuclear like holocaust type thing. So anyway, so he remodified like a car, and he placed stuff in there from the sub to withstand the radiation for the baby to be in the back. And then he stripped it so it'd be like light and fast. And then he used the oil, not the oil, but the gas from inside the sub for the car, which I thought subs take a different type of gas. I think it's diesel, and a diesel on like a regular car won't that run too hot, especially like since it's been out in the freaking like nuclear area and stuff. But anyway, when did he become Mr. Fix It? Like I know he built that prison back in Alexandria, but I mean, who anybody can make a prison, but yeah, so he made himself what I like to call a nuclear car and everything. So like they hop in the car and they head on out trying to like, find like a safe area. And so as they're driving, they're having like an argument and everything because she's just like, she's done. She's tired. Like, she just doesn't want this no more. And she doesn't like, it's kind of like the whole Andrea Dale thing where Andrea wanted to commit suicide and Dale wouldn't let her, and he robbed that from her, and it just irritated her, and they're kind of like in the same situation. So as they're arguing and it's dark and they can't really see, they get into almost like in a car accident and stuff. And then when they do that, well, they meet some interesting people. They meet like a woman and a man. They have when I say like a makeshift like hazmat type outfit, theirs is just rags and goggles. And just like regular gloves. And so like they're all like, that's not your baby, that's our baby. And I'm just like, okay, I know I'm not the writer of this show, so I know I ain't like smoked a bunch of weed or done a bunch of drugs and forgot what happened in the previous season. Like, I'm pretty sure it was that lady's baby and that man and not them. Because that lady had a broken leg and she killed herself and got zombified. So I'm like, oh, okay, they're just a bunch of crazy couple who wants like a new baby or something like that. And so like, when they're inside, they're like fixing on like the car, and Morgan's trying to play it safe, but then he's all like he's gonna try to be hero, and Grace is like, don't do that, the people will kill you, the dude got like a gun on you and stuff. Well, anyway, the zombies, we found out something interesting about them. Since they have been exposed to nuclear stuff, if you even poke them, they will just like explode and gush like a water balloon and stuff. And so like the lady said, you don't want to get none of that stuff on you, because when they gush out, I guess that's radiation stuff in there, and it will mess you up. And plus, there's zombie DNA, so it would turn you and stuff. And so like something happens that distracts them, and Morgan's able to get the gun from the man. And then, I forgot what happened exactly after that, but a chase happens where the man and the woman take the baby and they run out. So Morgan is chasing after them, and so is Grace. And then Morgan and I think that Morgan and somebody fights. I think it's Morgan and that lady or Morgan and that man. No, wait. I remember. Somehow they got outside, the man and the woman, they got the baby and they hopped in the car and they took off. Morgan on foot, he starts like shooting at the car, and then he hits it to where it stops running. So when he runs up there, he fights with one of them, and then I think he's fighting with the woman. And so the man takes the baby and run, and he tells Grace, whatever you do, just forget me, just get after that man and get the baby back. So she's just like hauling butt trying to get that man. So then we have an interesting scene where it's just like Morgan inside a building and he's talking to the woman. And he's talking and they're talking and then I'm assuming that Grace is still chasing after that man. Nope. Because I hear music playing, and music is what makes that baby shut up. And then the camera pans, and the man and Grace are in there. So we didn't get to see that battle, which I wish we could have, but we didn't. So they started talking a little bit more, and they're kind of slightly bonding, and the people are talking about how they are trying to get the Padre and everything, that magical place of Alicia's and whatever. And they say they heard it on the radio. You know what that sounds like? Terminus. Remember that in season 4 where they heard of the safe zone Terminus, and so they went there, and then there's cannibals and stuff. So I bet you anything's gonna be something like that. And of course we'll know about Padre because it's the mid-season finale and stuff. So that's like episode 8. And then so like Morgan's all like, well, we're heading in a different direction and this and that. And they say, oh, don't go in that direction, because if you head in that direction, what happened to us is going to happen to you. It's just too much radiation and your skin will burn. And we see what happened to this lady's face. Her nose is like missing, and her face has been like chemical burns on it. I remember a long time ago, I was out and about somewhere and I saw a man. He asked me for directions and he had no nose. I was like very shocked and surprised by that, because I never saw nobody like that before. And so like Morgan kind of had like the same reaction I did, because when you're not really used to seeing something like that, it takes you back, And so like, what was it? I'm leaving something out, I know. When Morgan was like, I think fighting with that lady, he sees a car with this headlight super bright flashing at him. And so like, it looks like a cop car. And it turns on at first it had like a red thing, then it's turned like bright blue. And a person gets out, and Morgan tells this person, don't you come no closer or I'll shoot. So the person just kept coming, and so Morgan just kept shooting, and the person went down. And so like, next thing you know, when Morgan got through dealing with the woman, he turned back, and that man is now gone, who was ever in that car and stuff. I know I'm skipping some parts, but like, I'm just getting the gist. And so like, so we don't know who that person was. And so at some point in time, Morgan is talking to that lady outside for some reason. I forget why. And Grace is inside with the man and the baby. And the woman tells Morgan, as they was bonding and stuff, like she had a kid and, the kid didn't make it. And so that's why she took theirs. And so then Morgan, when he tells her, like, we'll help you get to like wherever you need to go and stuff like that. So as they're gathering their stuff, the lady's bag starts moving, and it's a tiny little bag. So Morgan's kind of like, what you say happened to your baby? And then she's like, don't do it, please. And the zombified baby is inside the bag. We don't get to see it. So Morgan does what something has never happened on The Walking Dead. He takes that gun and he shoots the baby, but it's inside the bag, so you can't see it. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is like never happened on The Walking Dead and stuff. I know Lori in season 3, she feared the baby is stillborn and it turns into a zombie and eats it from like the inside and stuff. And so then Morgan runs and he contacts Grace because he knows that what was it? I think what the woman told him that her husband tried to make the baby quiet, and then that's what happened to the baby. And then of course this baby of theirs, Mo, won't shut up. So Grace tells him that he make him be quiet. So Morgan's like running back to the building, and he's trying to contact Grace. And then the strangest thing happened that I never knew could happen. Morgan grabs a can that's attached to a string, and he's talking to it, and he's contacting Grace. And I'm just like, hold up, the can on the string thing. Does that really work? Like, I've seen that happen. You know how you seen like old cartoons and Dennis the Menace, how they contacted each other through the can and the rum. Like, that has to be fiction. I looked that mess up online. It is real. I'm like, oh my God, you can make a walkie-talkie out of cans and string. How is that possible? So he tells Grace what's up. And then as the man is about to like smother the baby with his hand, she shoots the dude in the head. So after that, Morgan sends that lady on her way, and then him and Grace head back to the submarine in the car. When they get back to the sub, they are greeted by Strand's men. I think that guy name is Howard, and with the glasses and beard. And Howard has never acted villainous until now. He is literally Strand's right-hand man, and he will do whatever it takes when he finds out that, because he knows that what the sub was, when he found out that's Morgan, he finds out that it's Grace, he offers Grace the opportunity to stay with Strand and everything and be like a doctor there, but he tells Morgan, this offer is not for you. And they literally got their guns pointing, gonna kill them and stuff. But Grace is like, I'm not leaving, because now Grace is at the point where she wants to live, and after what happened with the baby and them strange people, now she likes the baby and know they have to take care of it. But Morgan offers Howard to take the baby. He said like the baby will have a better chance if it stays with Strand on the outside and all this. I'm just thinking to myself, now Morgan knows he can't trust Strand, but so Morgan's doing his stupid mess again, and Grace is all like, I'm not leaving, and his baby's not leaving. So Howard and the people leave. And so like, so of course, Victor and Morgan, they're gonna have it out at some point in time. And I really hope they kill Strand off this time, because I'm at the point where I'm sick of his character. I'm tired of him always betraying people. And now that he's turned into a villain, there's no coming back from that. Like, in the past, he would betray people, but then in season 4, he actually tried to help out. And also in season 2 and season 3, he's tried to help out, but he's always betraying people. Enough is enough. Like, get rid of this character. And then, so, as Morgan and them are talking, they're wondering what they're going to do, because they got no supplies. The people, Strand people, took all their food. So then the baby, this is the part that was dumb. The baby's like crawling on the ground. They're happy about that. And then all of a sudden, Morgan sees something, the carpet. He's all like, hey, what's that? All that time they've been there, they never noticed there was like a little bunker type place to store like food and stuff. They had powdered milk. They got tons of food. So now they're good to last for months. So they're going to stay in the sub. I'm just like, how did they not know that until now? So, in a way, but yeah, this was a really good, adventurous, action-packed episode that really kept you on your toes. But that's not all I have to say. So, like, so when Morgan was talking to like Strand's people, he asked, was that you in the car? And they're like, no. Man, we find out who that is in the car. It's the brother of the bounty hunter man from last season that Morgan beheaded and stuff. Now, I'm just like, oh Lord, they did the twin thing. Why did they do that? Like, and of course we know why they did that. The bounty hunter was a very cool character. Fans liked him, only for him to be killed off in like the second or third episode. And so people were like really upset because he was like a really cool character. And they got rid of him. So then they're like, okay, we gotta bring this dude back somehow. Oh, let's do the twin thing. So now the twin dude is out for revenge and he wants Morgan's head. So this is gonna be interesting. Morgan got 2 black dudes after him. But, Morgan's a skilled fighter, so who knows, But yeah, this was a very, very, very intriguing episode. The actress who plays Grace, this is probably my all-time favorite episode of her. Like, she really gave a lot. because like I've been a fan of hers ever since I saw this show she was on called Gallivant, and it was the first thing I ever saw her in. And then she was in like Once Upon a Time, but I'm not sure if I watched her in that. And then of course she was in this, and like it was just so like, because the thing is like I never really liked the Grace character. They introduced her, she was kind of interesting at first, but all she ever did was talk about science and radiation, and then she broke Morgan's staff, and then after that she got in a relationship with him, got pregnant, then disappeared, then came back super pregnant, then miscarried, and then like the finale. So she doesn't really do much because it's basically just like the Morgan show now. And so, like, I was really happy for this episode. I mean, there was at one point when she was talking to Morgan, and she literally took off her mask and breathed in the toxic air, the radiation, because she told him she just didn't care no more. She just wanted to, like, end this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, man. Like, are they gonna kill this character off like this early? But thank God they kept her. So like like I said before, this was like a really, really good episode. I wish to God it would have been the first episode, but it wasn't. Alrighty, well I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.